These are bent over rows. Now this exercise is going to be very dependent on how flexible your hamstrings are and whether or not you're going to be able to get into this position and what you're going to have to do to get there. Let's review that. So I'm starting up just straight and tall. I've got a dumbbell in each hand. Now I have placing my feet hip width apart, feet parallel. Okay, so I still want to make sure that my second and third toes of each foot are parallel with the others. Okay, so that's where I'm feet parallel. I'm then going to bend my knees just a little bit, making sure that my knees stay in line with the middles of my feet there. As I then begin to tilt right at my hips here, keeping my pelvis neutral to my lower back there. So my spine's nice and neutral as I tilt down there, tilting right at the hips. And if you have, so the idea is if you have flexible hamstrings, you can keep your knees pretty straight. Slight bend the knees, but pretty straight. But there's going to be a point where as soon as you feel that stretch in your hamstrings, if I go any further, I'm just rounding out my back. And now I'm down, now I'm with a rounded out back here trying to do these bent over rows. Terrible form, terrible for your back, and to herniate something. Don't do that. So to help you get into that position a little bit further, if your hamstrings get close to that, what you do is just bend the knees a bit more. So the more you bend your knees, the more you should be able to tilt your hips further to get your back closer to parallel with the ground. You're trying to get your spine as parallel to the ground as you can, because then that's going to really get you targeting rowing, that get those muscles in your back there. Whereas if you're a little bit in an angle, you're getting your upper traps involved a little bit more, which isn't the worst thing, except a lot of us walk around with that tension anyway, and we're trying to focus on getting tension out of our neck there, squeezing our shoulder blades back and down, and focusing on strengthening more of the pulling motion, this row. So you want to tilt over enough, bend the knees enough so that your spine is parallel to the floor. That means also keeping your head back so your neck is in line with the rest of your spine. And then from there, I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades back and down, like I'm trying to put my shoulder blades into my back pockets back there. I'm going to keep them engaged there as I pull them up so my elbows get about in line with the sides of my body, and then send them straight back down. Pull it so the elbows get in line with my body, and then back down. Even when my arms get down here, I'm not letting my shoulders round forward, nor am I letting my back get rid of me there. I got to keep my back muscles engaged so it's nice, long, and straight. Shoulder muscles engaged so that the shoulders are squeezed back and down, held in place throughout the entire motion. So that no matter where I am in this motion, my torso, my head, my hips, my knees, my legs, they're all locked solid and steady, keep maintaining neutral form as I really just focus on pulling the weights to my elbows, to my sides, and back down with these bent over rows.